All right, so I'm going to take you all through how to use quill.org in integrating writing instruction into your classrooms. This can be done for a whole class period or as little as 10 minutes out of the class period. It's very flexible and you can use it for the amount of time that you feel is most appropriate for your teaching. First, we're going to go to the website. So it's www.quill.org. If you go to quill.com, that's a shopping site, so that will not take you where you want to go. You want to go to quill.org. I've already created an account. The accounts are free, so you would just go to sign up to create your account. But since I've already got one, I'm going to log in. You can also log in through Google. I'm not quite sure what Clever is, but that gives you that option as well. All right, so I'm logging in. And this is what the main homepage looks like. It opens up on the classes. There are guides on every level that walk you through setting up. It's a pretty extensive website, so there is some time you're going to need to devote to really learning in order to get the most out of it. But hopefully this tutorial will give you a good starting point. On your home page, it is showing how much you have set up as a teacher. It's going to show all the lessons that you have assigned to your classes here, and you can monitor them on your home page. As you scroll down, it allows you to look at your lowest performing students from the last month and the most difficult concepts from the last month that you've been working on. So it just gives you a quick snapshot of what needs more work or which students need more attention. You can add classes down here. I've only put one class in, and I've yet to put any students in because as a student teacher, I'm not connected to the Google Classroom for the class. But I wanted to set a class up just to see how it worked. And you can also just sync your classroom through Google Classroom if you've already got that going, or you can add a class and invite the students with a code that they would put in to join your class. And that's about it for the home page. From here, you can invite individual students. You can manage your classes, create a class, or you can look at the activities that you have assigned to your students. They're done through activity packs, so you can either just upload a whole pre-designed activity pack to your class, which is usually a combination of lessons and activities, or you can create your own activity pack, and I'll show you where that is on the website as well. Then you can look at student reports, which is going to show you a visual overview of what your students are working on right now, what they've completed, what they have completed successfully, what they've completed unsuccessfully, what they have not gotten to quite yet. And this is going to show you what activities have been harder for your class, what activities have been completed successfully. Oops, I didn't quite mean to do that. So, and then there's a diagnostic portion that you can assign to your students, which is a test to see exactly where their base level of skill is. And this would allow you to view all of your students' scores on that diagnostic. There are a few premium level options. The premium is really only applicable to English teachers, but what those options do is allow you to track the Common Core standards and the mastery level of the Common Core standards that your students have been working on. So if you're an English teacher, that might be something worthwhile for you. I do think that this takes a lot of the planning work out of the teacher's repertoire, which, since I consider the language portion of the Common Core standards the least interesting to me as a teacher, it's kind of nice to know that it's mostly done for me. I don't have to worry about that, and then I can focus my attention on the writing and the reading, the speaking and listening standards. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go up here to tools so you can see the different types of tools available on Quill. As you can see, there's 5 main headings here, and these are 5 very different skills sets or 5 different systems that are available on Quill. You might find one that you think is going to be really helpful to you and only use that. They work independently of each other, or you can put them all together to make a really in-depth um, semester for your students. So Quill lessons are pre-designed lessons that are already done for you to give to your class. It includes the lesson plan already written. It includes PowerPoint already done. They're very plain, so if you wanted to add your own artwork or make it look more like your other PowerPoint slides, you could, or if you wanted to just copy and paste into another PowerPoint or Google Slides presentation you have, you could do that as well. And what's really cool is a lot of the PowerPoint presentations have interactive slides built in, so you can uh, go ahead and put a slide up. It's very small here. I don't know if you can see, but it's asking a question on the PowerPoint slide that your class would see. It says, what is one reason to use time order joining words in your writing instead of writing two shorter sentences? So it's just a discussion question, and then all of your students can reply, much like we saw on Pear Deck or a few of the other presentations from the class websites. And then this is showing the teacher view where all the students' answers are showing up there. So that's kind of cool that it's not just a boring PowerPoint presentation that's plain, it's also including those interactive options. And they're already done and set up. You don't have to do anything extra. Quill Connect is sorry, Quill Connect is sentence combining. So it's different exercises for the students to do where they will show you separate sentences and the student has to combine the sentences into a single sentence, and then the computer gives them instant feedback on what they can do to better combine the sentences or if it's perfectly good. So I'll go ahead and show you an example of that, what that looks like. So it says, welcome to Quill Connect. Combine the sentences together into one sentence. You may add or remove words. There is often more than one correct answer. Remember to use correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Begin. So we have 4 sentences here that we're going to combine into one sentence. It says, Patrick Henry opposed new British taxes. He gave a speech. The speech was powerful. The speech was to inspire the colonists. So I'm going to go ahead and combine those. I'm going to go ahead and do it as a student might do it, not all that well. So I'm going to say Patrick Henry gave a speech to I want to do it correctly, so it's hard for me to think. Gave a speech to oppose new British taxes. It was powerful and inspired the colonists. So I have successfully combined those 4 sentences. It's still pretty wordy. It's not as concise as it could be. I'm going to do check my answer. And what's come up here is, here's a hint. Put a describing word right before the thing it tells about, and it gives some examples. So Marco eats an apple. The apple is green. Marco eats a green apple. So now I'm going to give it a second try. And I will try, gave a powerful speech to inspire the colonists to oppose new British taxes. And it's saying it's a strong sentence, so I've done a pretty good job. And then it's showing me some other options that I could have also done that would have been perfectly correct. The one that I did was close to the 84%. So that's how that works. That's Quill Connect. Quill Diagnostic is a diagnostic test that you can give your students if you want to just get a snapshot at the beginning of the year of where their writing skills are. Because we're a little short on time, I'm not going to go through that, but you can try that yourself here. It takes about 20 minutes for the students to complete. And it's not something that you're going to do often. It's more to get a snapshot of where they are at a specific moment in time. Quill Proofreader teaches the students how to proofread their work. So this is an editing skill. If you're working on essay writing and you notice that the students don't really have an ability to recognize what needs correcting in their own papers, then this might be something that you would want to run through your class with. So what it does is show you a passage, and it says there are 11 errors in this passage. To edit a word, click on it and retype it. So it would be just as if they had written this themselves and they had the opportunity to correct their own work. So it says in 1914, Ernest Shackleton set of on an exploration, so it should be off. So you just highlight it and correct it to off. And it shows here in the upper right corner, edits made 1 of 11. So I know that I have 10 more to keep looking for. And that's how that works. Okay. And then the last section is Quill Grammar, which has over 150 different sentence writing activities. It's based on grade level. So if your students are writing at a level that's below the level that they're actually in, then you would look for an activity that's appropriate for their actual grade level. So if they were in 7th grade, but most students were testing at a 5th grade writing and reading level, then you would look at 5th grade activities. And we can try it really quickly. So this is than versus then. Then I am older than my brother. Then the sky was pink and then it became dark. We use then to compare 2 or more things. We use then to say at that time. Rewrite the sentence replacing the blank with then or than. And you have to write it out as a complete sentence. It's not just to fill in the blank or a multiple choice. So the whole is more than the sum of its parts. I'm going to forget to put the period on purpose, and it's going to say you are correct, but you have some typing errors. Please correct them to continue. So I need to remember to put a period at the end of my sentence, recheck, and that's the correct answer. And you can see that there would be 8 total exercises in this, and this would be 1 activity in an activity pack. So the students would move through that activity pack at their own pace. And that is, in a nutshell, Quill Grammar. It's kind of a difficult website to put in a nutshell because it is so extensive, but they are an organization that's trying to put as many tools in the hands of as many teachers and as many students as they possibly can. Their goal started off as trying to help underserved students in urban populations. And so they really are not in this to make money. They're just trying to help as many kids write as well as possible, which is pretty cool. So thanks so much for listening to this very long instructional video, and I hope that you got some good out of it. Thank you.